What is going on, fight fans and full-time family? I'm rubbing my hands like Birdman right now. Yeah, Dana, that's what I'm talking about. Dana White, El Jefe, coming out and saying his favorite knockout of all time. He's recently spoke and revealed his favorite knockout of all time. And if you're not looking at the screen, you already see in the title, it is, of course, Jorge Masvidal versus Ben Askren. Now, this is come full circle. This is interesting. I mean, some of you know, some of you might not. Dana White and Ben Askren have a history of not being too fond of each other. Before Ben Askren came to the UFC, Dana White talked a lot bad about Ben Askren. Ben Askren talked about Dana White and the UFC's business practices. They just didn't get along at all. Years later, of course, the one trade happens. Ben Askren for Demetrius Johnson, and it seems like they're on better terms now. They're still not best friends, but Dana White is publicly saying, no, I got no problem with Ben Askren. We're cool. You know, they're at press conferences, shaking each other's hands. There's really no issues. You know, they're business partners now, so personal shit aside. Well, of course, Ben Askren even starts to get, you could say, somewhat favorable matchups in the UFC, as far as he had a really tough fight, a controversial fight with Robbie Lawler, and instead of being thrown back into that fire, he was given what was supposed to be a favorable matchup with Jorge Masvidal, who's, you know, a guy that's fought at lighter weights, who's not a wrestler, who's more of a striker, but still experienced. So ideally, people expected Ben Askren to be able to go in there and take Jorge Masvidal down. But Jorge Masvidal, fucking fight IQ over 9,000, is thinking all week, analyzing all week, realizing Ben Askren maybe a little bit of social anxiety. He's not too quick on the fly. Whenever he's in person, he you know, shakes up a little bit. And so Jorge Masvidal is realizing, okay, maybe this guy isn't going to be able to react when he's put under that pressure in the fight as well, something he's not expecting. You know, he said Ben Askren's good on camera when he's prepared on camera and he knows he's about to be talking trash and he's prepared. But anytime we met up in person, he kind of froze up. So Masvidal's thinking, okay, maybe I can get him to freeze up in the ring. And that's exactly what the fuck he did. He had his hands behind his back, just guard down, nothing's coming, no one's aware, just guard down. Ben Askren's not thinking anything, not prepared. Soon as that bell rings, sidestep, just mad dash at Ben Askren. Ben Askren instinctively freezes up, fucking shoots for a takedown and eats a fucking knee that set Jorge Masvidal up to fucking go on a path that has been much deserved for a long time. You guys know how I feel about motherfucking game bread. But with that being said, it all happened because of that knockout of Ben Askren. So now, that ends up being the UFC's fastest knockout. Askren has to fight Maia, loses that one, retires. Fast forward, Dana White asks his favorite knockout of all time, and he can put the cherry on top by saying Masvidal versus Askren. And he said it's not because he doesn't like Ben Askren, but you come to your own conclusion. They put the personal shit aside when they became business partners, but they're really not business partners anymore. So maybe Dana White can come in and get that last little jab in. Kind of like Michael Bisping and Luke Rockhold, who we're going to talk about in just a couple of videos here. But yeah, man, you tell me what you think. What's your favorite knockout of all time? Mine, I think I have to agree with Dana White, because Jorge Masvidal is my favorite fighter of all time. And with that being said, why would I not go with the knockout? His most iconic knockout that set him up to become the BMF, you know what I'm saying? To set him up for the meteoric rise that he's deserved for a long time. If you've watched his career and seen all the bullshit split decision losses that have stopped his momentum to where he had to move up weight classes because of that bullshit, and to be where he's at in his career, still at this stage, fighting at this high level, 33, 34, 35 years old, you know what I'm saying? Not slurring his words, not stuttering, going on 50 pro fights, winning record, 30 some odd wins. Fucking phenomenal. Fucking savage. So that's my favorite knockout of all time. Dana White got this one right. Jorge Masvidal versus Ben Askren. Let me know your favorite knockout in the comments. I'm out.